Hi everyone, how are you? I'm happy to be here making this live. I think the subject of this live for tonight is really important because people are talking a lot about it, but they are not paying attention on what they are doing. And that's why I'm doing this live. So the subject of tonight is what unites us, what what put us all together in a sense of unity, in a sense of community, of society. And that's why I'm doing this video, why I'm recording this video. So I would like to start talking about the elections. So here in Brazil, the elections will be next weekend. So people are debating which candidate is better to vote, which is not exactly a good option. And it's really common, not just in Brazil, I believe in every country, it's common when elections are coming for people to start debating in social media. And it's really important to talk about tolerance, how people deal with different ideas. And that's why I'm making this video tonight, because here in Brazil, it's really common to see people attacking each other in the social media. Not only in social media, but in social media, it's more common for people to see. More people can see these debates, aggressive debates. And it's important to talk about it because every day we are talking about tolerance, we are talking about respect, we are talking about deal with differences of other people, of other groups. Can be religion, can be sexual choice, can be political choice. And we are talking a lot about it, but we are not acting like it. We talk a lot about being patient, being tolerant, and we are not being tolerant with other people, with our society. And this is not just in Brazil. It's really common to see people attacking each other for thinking differently. And this is concerning. This is important for us to talk about it because if we want to live in peace, if we want a world that respects the difference, that talks about tolerance, not just talk, but act tolerantly, we need to be tolerant. We need to act like we say, not just say it, because in the theory, it's beautiful. But in the practice, we are not acting like that. We are not being patient with other people. We are not respecting the differences. We are not being tolerant. And that's a shame. That's sad. That is what brings conflicts. Because we see the difference of other people, other groups, can be ethnical, can be religious, can be with different sexual choice. We see those people as a threat. We think they are a threat to us because they think differently. Because they are different from us. They don't fit in the social pattern we created. And society has a lot of this. Society has this tendency of create patterns that people has to fit. And with a globalized world where we have a lot of technology in our side, we can do great things. But are we really doing great things with the technology we have today? Or we're using them to attack other people, to attack the ones who make choices differently from ours. So what's the point? What are we using those technologies for? We can create a great world with those technologies we have, but are we doing that? Those are the questions I wanted to ask in this live, because we have this tendency of say us and them, and to create groups that are against each other. We create duality. So it's us and them, it's the Democrats and the liberals. We are talking about white and black people. We are talking about the poor and the rich. We are talking about the capitalism and the communism. We are talking about the left and the right. So what's the point? We create groups that we identify ourselves with the ideas, but those groups segregate people. Those groups show the difference of people in society as a threat and not as a quality, not as a good thing to work with. So how can we turn this difference, these skills we have that maybe nobody else has in this earth, in a good thing? How can we use those skills to turn the world in a different place, in a better place to live? We talk a lot about tolerance, but we fight in the traffic, we attack other people in the social media, and not only in social media, we attack other people in universities, we attack other people in supermarket, even in supermarket. So it's serious. This is a serious matter we're talking about. And the question for tonight is, what unites us? Do you have any idea of what is this piece of this piece of quality, this piece of personality, this thing that unites us as a community, as a society, as human beings? What unites us? So I can say I've been paying attention on other people, and we are constantly looking for a better way of life. We are looking for happiness, everyone, no matter if you are gay, if you are black, if you're white, if you're a woman or a man. We all look for happiness. We all look for a better place to live, better ideas, better, how can I say that? We're looking for those things that make our lives better. And what is that? How can we live better if we don't, if we can't deal with people, if we can accept different ideas, if we are not willing to learn, to expand our horizons? So I ask for you this question. Do you think a better world would be the one where there are nobody different from you? People are all the same way. They think all the same ideas. They act all the same way. Do you think this would be an interesting life? Do you think this would bring peace to the world, to the nations? I don't think so. I think if we stop to analyze the history, we can see the conflicts were created because we were looking for the differences as a bad thing. We were looking for the differences as a threat. And as a threat, we tend to attack the difference. We tend to eliminate what is different from us. So today, I wanted to talk about this, especially because the Brazilian elections are coming. But for all the things are happening in the world, we're seeing many conflicts, we're seeing many changes, especially in this globalized world. So I would like to call you to pay attention to those steps. I wouldn't say steps, I would say tips we could use to work better on our tolerance. Are you being tolerant with your neighbor, with a friend, with your family, especially with family, because we see many familiars, many parents who think it's different from us. Are you going to attack them for that? We see in the family people fighting to each other because they think differently, especially when we are talking about politics. So I would like to bring this for you as a way to work better the tolerance, the interpersonal relations, to deal better with people. And it's great to have people who think different from us. This is not what unites us if we see that as a threat. But if you see that as a quality, God, we can make the difference in the world. So the first point I would say would be to hear the other people. And I say, sincerely hear the other people. People want to feel you hear her or him, them. People want for you to listen sincerely, not just because you want to argue with them or because you want to point your finger and say you are wrong. No, people want to listen to their ideas. They love people who can listen to their ideas, even if you don't agree with them. So this would be the first tip I would say. The second I would say would be don't act disrespectfully. You may not agree with the other person, but you may respect him or her. This is the basics when we are talking about interpersonal relations, when we are talking about society. We need to learn how to live better with the differences, because nobody is equal. We are not the same. We don't think the same way. We see life in a different way. So why not to learn with each other? And that will be the second point. Don't act disrespectfully. Respect the other people. Respect their ideas in order for them to respect you. This is the basics. The third point I would say would be to solve conflicts and not to create them. We have a lot of people in the world that are willing to create more conflict, to debate, and not respectfully, not in a respectful manner. So be that person who you can make those people to calm themselves down, to see rationally, to debate respectfully. Be the person who ends conflict and not creates them. This is the most important thing I would say, because if you are the one who point the finger in somebody's face to say you are wrong, my idea is the right one, you are a bad person because you think this way. Well, where is tolerance in that? So the fourth point, I would say, exercise your patience. Why not? And especially when we're talking about elections, when we're talking about politics, or gender, or religion, everything that is different from us. Why not? Listen to that people. Try to understand why they think this way. So the patience, you don't born with that patience. You're not a Buddha, okay? So don't try to pretend you are the most patient people in the world. We are human beings. So mistakes are part of the process. But in order for us to be a better person, it's important for us to work better our tolerance and our patience. Patience, because you can listen to the other person's opinion, ideas, beliefs, without attacking him or her. You need to be patient because nobody thinks the same way. And you will find a lot. Can be at work, can be at university, at school, at supermarket, can be with friends. But you will find people who think differently from you. And it's okay. It's a good thing. It's not a threat. You can listen. You can learn from them because they are different. They don't think the same way you do. They don't see the world the same way you do. And that's great. That's fantastic. So that would be the fourth tip I would bring for you. The fifth, I would say be careful with your bad mood. People tend to be cranky with each other without reason. And it's important for you to ask yourself, why am I in a bad mood? What makes me feel this way? So work this thing inside yourself and do not project it on other people, because you will create a reaction, and not only one people. You will create a reaction in the people you are being mean, you're acting bad, and these people will be affected for it. Of course, we all are. So this person will be affected for this, and she will project this feeling on other people, and those people will project on other people, and you will create this reaction without purpose. You don't have to do that. So if you are in a bad mood, if you are cranky, if you are feeling bad, if you're not satisfied, ask yourself, why? Why am I feeling this way? Instead of attacking people, instead of arguing with them, and most part of the time aggressively. We don't have to do that. We can argue respectfully. We can debate without being aggressive. And that's important. That's how we live in society. And that's how we deal with differences. This is serious. If every people in the world would think this way, we wouldn't have those conflicts we already have. Those wars we and our family have lived. So let's be different from our family. Let's be different from the past. Let's create a new future. Why not? And for that, I would say the sixth tip I would bring for you would be make a self-evaluation. So look inside yourself. What do you think is good? What do you think needs to improve? And why? Why do you think this is not good inside you? Why do you think it needs to be better? Do not project your dissatisfaction on other people. If you are not satisfied, ask yourself why. Why I'm not satisfied? Why am I attacking other people? Why do I feel they are a threat to me? Because they think differently. And the last, but still important point, I would say, will be put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to see the world as this person would see, in his or her reality. Why do you think this person would think this way? Maybe a previous experience she or he has. Maybe some trauma, can be, of course. Life's not perfect, and that's what brings joy for us. That's what makes our efforts good at the end, because we can improve ourselves. We can make ourselves our better versions. So put yourself in the other person's shoes. It's important for us to think how the other person would think. How this person would act, and why. Why do you think this person think this way? And of course, if we are going to debate with someone else, it's important to have good arguments, to know the subject, to read about it, to get informed. It's important. If you don't agree with something, in the first place, you need to know this thing. Can you say you don't like a food you never ate? There's no sense in that, right? So this would be the message I would say for you in this video. It's really important for us to talk about it, but not just talk, to act this way, to act tolerantly. Because if we just talk, but we don't act, we're being hypocrites. We are being meaningless. And that's sad. We don't want to be meaningless, right? Who wants to be meaningless? You want to live your life with joy and with purpose. And it's important for you to act in a way you say, not just say what you think, but act this way. To make these words meaningful. So the message for today would be that it's time to build bridges and not walls. We can make this world a better place for us to live. And I'm pretty sure everyone here is looking for this. Everyone here wants to be happy, wants to live in a better place with quality. So that would be my message for you. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'm really happy you all watched this video. And please, every time we are going to deal with other people, be tolerant, be respectful, listen to them. That's the most important part. Listen sincerely the other people. Thank you for watching, and soon we'll have most videos in English too, so I'm working on it. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Bye.